Looks like Bernita people sitting by the pool.
You couldn't say it's not.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's right.
She was working at Fort Hood in the 40s. And I'm sure she hung out at the
That's right.
natatorium time to time.
I miss her wit.
Oh,
She's-
absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah. I told you what she said to me the first time I formally met her. You know, I knew her. She was my whole life. I met her at scientific. I said, I'm waiting for her. She says, oh, I know who you are. Those confident there, so I knew all the dirt.
She was never shy, was she?
No, one of the few people who've been here longer than she had.
There's a great picture of herself. She's in a horse and
Well, the witch you wrote on the David
Frank.
with Frank and
Yeah.
Fourth of July Pride. That was my favorite. I never heard she'd actually do it.
She loved it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna get you thrown out.
No, that's his chief. Her name's Amy.
Oh, looks so young.
I know. The shots are tan. Oh. It almost has to be as endless and endless to do that kind of job.
Wait, someone all together, please.
Be able to hold your tongue. In so many situations. That's so crazy.
I was the
Even in regular years, much less a group of Israelis.
So
I've heard Greg said that he can't do this.
Like, I've really been.
To ask him is one thing, just to stand there and argue. Yeah, where he is,
yes.
politically correct.
No, I'm. It seems to go like this. Learned about it all.
Sure.
Stuff, watched him.
My favorite
No, that is a tough issue.
all time is.
Some of his ideas are off the wall.
Whatever, something we were doing or somebody. Interviewing people, and he's like in the bathroom.
I didn't even think you do that.
And Wayne can squeeze it so hard.
You didn't even.
Yeah.
This is a great idea by Matt.
Really surprised.
Honor those guys,
We had a civil discussion.
especially after that Christmas Day.
Great event, great addition. Understand, like. You don't run on the brain, say, right. Like, even further this. So.
What time? All right, here we go. Y'all ready? All right. Thank you for attending tonight's city council meeting. We'll call to order in just a minute, but first I'd like to go ahead and start with the pledge to the U.S. flag that will be held, led by Councilmember Wayne Carpenter. The Texas flag or the Texas pledge by, Library Services Kim Kroll, and invocation by Councilmember, Craig Pearson. So if you please stand with me.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I
Pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Join me in prayer. Father God, we love you and we praise you. We thank you for your provisions for us through your Son, Jesus, and Father, for allowing us to be part of this wonderful city. Lord, we come here tonight to do the business of your city, and we pray that we'll do it in a way that brings you nothing but honor and glory and for the good of the citizens of Belton. May it be so in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. I'd like to go ahead and call to order the city council meeting for Tuesday, January 9th of 2024 at 5:31 this evening. First on the agenda is we're going to have public comments, and we have one signed up for that, Mr. Marty Janczak.
Thank you, sir. Marty Janczak, 2706 Garden Brook Trail, Belton, Texas. I'm here to report that as of the end of February, I'm going to retire. And so I'll no longer be your TABA representative. And I have with me here tonight, Michael Smith, who is also, by the way, a Belton resident, who will be taking over for me. And really just a report. There's no agenda. Wanted you to be aware. We've always enjoyed it. I've enjoyed working with you all for the past 7 years, and it's been a pleasure. Michael is very well equipped, and he will be representing the Temple Area Builders Association to the city of Belton. We've already met with Sam and Bob Ventil, and so anyway, thank you very much for all your courtesy and working with us.
Thank you.
What I'll say though is Marty has promised, he's not leaving.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're getting rid of him.
No, I still get to serve with the mayor. I'm on one of your committees, and I enjoyed very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marty.
Marty, best of retirement, and thanks so much for your advice and counsel in terms of home building, and we look forward to working with Michael in the future. Thank you, guys. Number 3 on tonight's agenda is recognize the Public Works Department dedication and hard work during the Christmas holidays. Let me just tell you, I'm going to turn it over to Matt Bates, but these guys truly went above and beyond. And to hear a story about one of our guys up into water, up to his neck, working so diligently to try to get that leak repaired. Just the word service is not quite enough for these guys. So Matt, I'm going to turn it over to you, but I wanted them to know how much we truly, truly appreciate them.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. Appreciate y'all for having us tonight. I know we stand in the way of a very exciting item, but I do appreciate the opportunity that y'all requested and asked for us a chance to recognize these guys. So if you guys, our public works staff, you can kind of see them. Obviously, you can tell. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. All right. All right. That's awesome. I appreciate you. I'm going to take you quickly through what happened that day, just with a few remarks, and then we'll kind of pass on to the next one. But these guys, I think you all know, we talk a lot about, and Chief Ellis was in there earlier. We talk a lot about our guys being first responders, right? We are there too. Many people think of the fire department and police department, rightfully so, but we also consider ourselves, when there's a crisis and there's something that needs help, we're out there, and that was evident in Christmas 2023. So it started real quick with, hold on. Just obviously our IT department. Just get it. It's too easy. It was too easy. So
Chris, were you helping?
yeah, so it started off real good with the video that Chris promised me was going to work. So you can kind of see that it's still, no, it's okay. It's okay, Chris. We're all good. It started Christmas Eve. So just want to remind folks that we actually got blessed with a lot of rain over that weekend. But with rain comes the creek. And as we know, and we're excited to get the Central Avenue Bridge project underway. And hopefully I keep telling Forrest and his crew, just give me another year and we'll have something on crossing that. But our guys, whenever it gets up like that, they know when it comes back down, it leaves debris there. So Christmas Eve, our guys, our streets department, Forrest, Gabe, and Cody right there, all ran out there, successfully cleared the debris, making it passable for folks. Then Christmas Day. So about 8:30, Aldo calls me on my phone. Aldo's our superintendent. If you want to just show me a hand, there we go. So Aldo's our superintendent. I honestly thought it was just like, Merry Christmas, Matt. You're such a great boss. I don't know, something like that. Like, but he was like, I was like, how's things going? He was like, not good. And so not good was we were informed of a major leak. Also momentarily to recognize we were notified about that leak, and on site was the fire department. And so again, just a reflection that we're not just, there's other folks that will represent the city too on Christmas Day and working. So we kind of get out there. We realize at this point it's an 8-inch line. It's a lot of water. We need to bring the crew in. And so the crew start to assemble like Avengers. They kind of get out there to the yard, start getting all the equipment, and we kind of start from there, moving forward with exposing it. You can kind of see right where that utility pole is. There was water gushing up from that, and so you could, that's the kind of pit in your stomach that you start to see. So first job, we're kind of, the guys are getting it going. Alex and Julian right there in the middle of those two guys, just getting after it with proper PPE. They were wearing eyewear. So, just in case OSHA's here, we're good. Yeah, always ready to go. So then, Will hops up, he's on the backhoe. Will's right in the end there. He starts digging away, start peeling away that asphalt that we've got. This is to kind of show you a little bit of what we were dealing with, why it was so problematic, to kind of broker ahead that this was a total of 11 hours our staff were on site repairing, was that there was of course, every fiber company in the world was underneath this water line. And so we couldn't dig a hole deep enough, but also we couldn't isolate the valves. We couldn't find the valve, the one valve that would have solved it, that was broken, of course. And so, we've got that on the list too. So we kind of go through, our guys start digging out. You can see at this point, we've got three water pumps in the water, trying to clear the water enough so that we can get down. But can you see Julian in the water right there in his gray shirt? Guys, that's not a hot tub. That is frigid, cold water that he's in there. And he's, what he's trying to do is try and break free, try and make sure the pumps are getting that water out. And so bit of an example there of what we've got going on. You can see now we're starting to kind of catch up with the water. Aldo's in there, just expertly, hydro excavating around the line. Kind of see the line there at the bottom that the crews are working with. So here we are. They're starting to move forward. Here comes T right at the back. Everyone knows T and everyone loves T, but he's out there again, proper PPE, and he's trying to, God bless him, he's trying to use a little DeWalt grinder to cut away, because that's about all that we really had available to us. Budget request coming, Mike. So we start getting in there. They're kind of moving it forward. Again, we cut the replacement pipe. I would like to let the crowd know, I feel like a wartime photographer out there, kind of documenting everything going on. But Rick, and you can be my guest, I did help measure that piece of pipe, didn't I? There we go. All right. See, I can read a tape measure. It will get there, Sam. Here comes Will, just a brute of a guy. You can just see, I mean, that guy's ready to go. One of the things, again, look at Will's face. That's a resounding thing for the day. Smile on people's faces that we had kind of going through that and just throughout the day, because it was a long day. It was frustrating. We couldn't slow the water down. Will helping his brother up, just kind of out the hole. It was really quite like a tag team approach throughout the whole day, 2 in, 2 out, as they're moving forward. And here we go with the replacement of the pipe. Everyone's in the ground at that point. Okay, that's what we're dealing with, that water pressure that we're trying to sleeve the macro over. And so here's the guys. They're kind of going there. Another video that Chris couldn't get to work, and so we move on. And so there we go. We got all the hydro excavation going, and Aldo's getting emotional. What a day it's been. And then here comes the streets guys. One of the things I'll give you, streets. We've got Forrest, Gabe, and Cody. Man, what a job that they did in terms of being out there, because they came back twice. They came out to help us set up the road closure, and then came back to finish the job. So anyway, that's who we got. You can kind of see the rest of the repairs. Here's all of our crews, streets crews right there, our water utilities. But council, maybe a little bit longer than I planned on, but appreciate y'all allowing the time for us to recognize our guys and what they did on Christmas Day. So appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Matt.
Matt,
It was my fault, Chris. I know it was my fault.
hey, Matt,
one quick comment. I think what you said earlier was that with the work that our team did also was able to isolate a less of an impact on the citizens just
Yeah.
because of the work that they were able to get done so
Yeah, we only
quickly.
had one.
So it
one
was really a
outage.
smaller impact than
Yeah.
what it could have been. And
Absolutely.
that's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, number 4 on our agenda, receive a certificate acknowledging Belton as a music-friendly city from Chip Adams, the governor of Texas Music Office Community Relations Specialist. I'm going to turn that over to Judy Garrett and Sam Listy. I did want to say thanks to Ronnie and Stacy Shope for being here this evening. They've been instrumental in the Belton music scene, and that's expanded to Texas and further. And we are so fortunate to have the venues that we have in our community. And I hope everybody's ready to see Vanilla Ice in another couple months. So
But yeah,
take it away.
thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and City Council. We are so excited that Belton is becoming part of the Texas Music Friendly community. Anybody that's in back of me that's loud and fun are most likely on the advisory board that I have in front of me. And that would include Ronnie and Stacy Shuff, Lila Voucher with the Downtown Belton Business Alliance, JD Dyer with the City of Parks and Rec, Randy Pittenger, Belton Area Chamber of Commerce, Kenna Calderman, Nolan Creek Brewery, Keith Smith, Cadence Bank Center, Travis Trumbull, the Gin on Nolan Creek, Jacob Guerrero, Belton Independent School District, and I'm the liaison for the group. So it's a fun group and we're excited. Chip Adams is here with the Texas Music Office to present the certification. So you can take it away, Chip.
Thanks, Judy. Can you all hear me okay? Get a thumbs up?
Chris,
All good? Y'all hear me okay?
you might be muted.
Let's see. No? I'll try it one more time. Yeah, I
Sign
seem
language.
to be unmuted. Y'all hear me now? Nothing? Nada. Oh, no.
Not hearing you.
Okay, I can hear you. I can hear you guys. Still can't hear me?
Well, shoot.
Should I see? Should I call in? Let's see.
Right now, Chip.
You hear me now?
There you go.
Yes.
Yay.
Hey, fantastic. The new year, going to be some technological bugs. That's just how it goes. So glad we got that sorted out. And thanks again for y'all's patience today too. I really wish I could have been there in person to do this. With family obligations at the top of the year, school just starting, it's travel's a bit tough. So I appreciate y'all letting me do this through Zoom tonight. But my name is Chip Adams. I'm with the Texas Music Office. And for those of you who might not know who we are, we're a division of economic development and tourism within the Office of the Governor. So that means we're here to help support and grow the Texas music industry. And I'm here today to certify the city of Belton as a music-friendly Texas community. We're a small team, an office of 5, and the music-friendly program is my day today. So I've been with Belton from day one on getting you guys through the certification process. And I tell you, getting a city through and across the finish line it's really one of the best parts of my job. Getting to explain the hard work that one of our Texas communities has done over the past several months to complete their music-friendly certification. When our cities put forth this effort showing that they understand and value the importance of their local music industry, seeing it as a part of their culture and their quality of life, but they also understand the importance of music for city marketing and tourism and the true economic impact that the music industry has locally. It shows this is much more than just a designation. This is a celebration of entering a program that helps our cities better understand their local music industry, that connects our cities together in a first of its kind network to share ideas and to work with us at the Texas Music Office. We've been around for 33 years now. The TMO has been around for actually now 34 years, which is pretty amazing. And I always love to mention that we're the only state in the country with a standalone music office like we have. I think that's pretty amazing. And like I mentioned, we're here to help create an environment to attract new music businesses to our state while still supporting our musicians and all of our existing businesses. Our state's got so many fantastic music cities, and bringing them together therefore, having this connected music industry, it makes a much more powerful Texas music industry. It gives our state the ability to better compete in the global music industry landscape. And that connectivity is exactly what our music-friendly program does, bringing your local music community together, working together with your neighboring music-friendly cities, along with communities across Texas, and also providing us at the state with really valuable and important information. In fact, becoming certified as music-friendly shows that Belton has positioned itself to better understand its local music community, finding better ways to connect and to collaborate with your local musicians and businesses while connecting and sharing these ideas with our other music-friendly communities. And that's what this is all about, connecting and collaborating and elevating the Texas music industry. It's also important to highlight the resources that our office provides. While you can go to our website, which is simply texasmusicoffice.com, to go a lot more in depth, I do want to mention a couple of things that we've been really active on that now Belton can really be much more informed about and participate in. One of which is the Texas Music Incubator Program. We call that the TMIR. And we also have our license plate program. The TMIR program, what we do with that is it provides the ability for our smaller venues, our incubator venues, those under 3,000 in capacity, to apply for a rebate on their beer and wine and mixed beverage taxes up to $100,000. And $100,000 back to a small venue. These venues where our Texas musicians cut their teeth, they begin their careers, they develop their fan bases. $100,000 can go a long way towards upgrades, paying staff, paying artists. So we're really excited that this program is now live within our office. And now that Belton is certified as music friendly, our office can keep you guys much more updated when it comes time for the next application round for this program. Also, real quick, the license plate grant program, we can help provide funding for nonprofit music education programs when it comes to instruments for students or assisting with private lessons. We can also assist with grants for free all ages music events in our communities when done through a nonprofit 501c3. So lots and lots of great things we've got going on at the TMO. And I'm really excited to have Belton in this program with us. Each of our cities go through the same certification process, showing they're willing to put in the work to earn this designation of music friendly. The work doesn't stop there. Real continued effort is what makes this work. Each city has to designate an individual as their music-friendly liaison, and we know Judy's taken on that role, being the central point of contact locally for the program. With that, an advisory board has to be established, which has now been created, to provide this meaningful forum for the city's local music industry. Each city maintains a local music industry database, which you share with us, to keep our Texas music industry as up to date as possible. Again, we're the only state with an office like this, which means we're also the only state that has a directory like this. And it's a really great resource. It's wonderful to have our cities in this program to help keep that up to date. So when artists are looking to book tours, they're looking for their team, they're looking for labels, they're looking for places to record. It's a spot they can go for free to search to find these kinds of businesses. We also recently launched our regional office program, which we've broken Texas into 4 regions. It's almost like chapters to help facilitate regular meetings with the other music-friendly communities in your area. The music-friendly liaisons in each region jump on a virtual meeting once a month to share ideas, to ask questions, and discuss best practices. And then once a year, each region is also going to meet in person. This is brand new, and I'm so excited about the potential of this part of the music-friendly program. And again, thrilled that Belton will now be a part of our great Central Texas region. I really do have to thank Judy with the city of Belton. I tell you, it was her interest in the program, reaching out to me, and her hard work over the past several months that has gotten the city over the finish line. So thank you so much, Judy, for all of your work getting Belton certified. And with that, Belton now joins our other music-friendly communities, including cities like Fort Worth and Lubbock, El Paso, Houston, Marshall, Lindale, San Antonio, and so many more. And with that, on behalf of the Texas Music Office and the state of Texas, I am honored to officially certify Belton as our 54th music-friendly Texas community. And hopefully, our certificate did make its way between the holidays. Hopefully, Santa delivered that before Christmas. So you guys should have a certificate from our office signed by our director, Brendan Anthony, along with Governor Greg Abbott. So again, congratulations, and I'm thrilled to welcome Belton into the program.
Thank you so much.
Chip, our city manager is presenting that to Judy, and we want to thank you for all your assistance. Thank Judy, the board, and Chip, we really want to extend an invitation to you to come to Belton, and whether it's to attend one of our acoustic lunchtime series, our summer concert series, or our bacon, blues, and beer festival that we have here, we'd love to host you and buy you a beverage, or I know a couple of good barbecue places too. So thank you so much. Thank you to the board, Judy.
Yeah, you can count on me getting there as soon as I can. I appreciate the invitation, and you can definitely count on it.
Yeah. And I also wanted to say thanks to Hugh Shine for attending tonight. I just do not know how he keeps the schedule that he does, but I've never seen a state rep work as hard as he does.
Amen.
And know as many people, and truly represents the people of our district. So thanks for being here tonight, Hugh. I really appreciate it. Number 5 on tonight's agenda, receive hotel motel occupancy tax funds, and presented by Bell County, and City Manager Sam Listy is going to handle that.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and council members. Our County Commissioner Russell Snyder was not able to be here tonight, but he did present the check to me last week. And on behalf of Bell County Commissioners Court, I'd like to present the check for the hotel motel occupancy tax. Last year, the amount was $16,120. This year, the check is $18,754. So about a 16% increase. So we appreciate Bell County's commitment here, and we'll pass that on to Mike to get that deposited.
Perfect. Thank you. And now we'll move to tonight's consent agenda, items 6 through 11, and I'll go through these. Number 6, consider the minutes of the previous meetings. December 12, 2023, City Council Workshop Meeting. December 12, 2023, City Council Regular Meeting. Number 7, consider authorizing an extension to the agreement with Cadence Bank to serve as depository for the city funds for the 1-year period of April 1st, 2024, March 31st, 2025. Item 8, consider authorizing the purchase of a wheel loader as provided in the Capital Equipment Replacement Fund through the Buy Board Purchasing Cooperative. That item was also purchased locally, which we were very pleased to get done. Item 9, consider authorizing the city manager to enter into a professional services agreement with Casper, Patrick and Associates for construction of administrative services for East 13th Avenue Shared Use Project. Item 10, consider a resolution declaring that the updated January 1st, 2024 population estimate for the city of Belton is 26,357. It's about a 3.5% increase. Item 11, H24-01, consider a facade improvement grant application to renovate the exterior facade at 112 Northeast Street, located in the downtown Belton Commercial Historical District on the west side of Northeast Street, Northeast Central Avenue, and Southeast First Avenue. Item 12, consider a facade improvement grant application for the exterior improvement of the property located at 108 North Pearl Street. That's 6 through 12, I believe. If anyone would like to pull any of those items for further discussion, please voice that now. If not, I'll consider a motion for approval.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Carries unanimously. Planning and zoning, item number 13, hold a public hearing and consider a zoning change from multifamily residential to retail on approximately 0.216 acres located at 312 Northeast Street, north of West Second Avenue and south of West Third Avenue. Ms. Tina Moore.
You guys. All right, for the purpose of the zoning change is the property owner is considering leasing the property to Granny Shave Ice, which currently operates from a mobile food truck in the downtown area. So this request is to change it to a retail district to allow for that use to occur. Here's the location of that property on Northeast Street. And it is currently zoned multiple family. The surrounding zonings are retail to the south and to the west of the property. To the north of the property and to the east of the property is zoned multiple family. Here's a zoomed in look at the development as a single family detached home currently. This is in the Central Belton Historic District overlay. So there is protection for the historic building to make sure that it complies. Thank you. That it complies with historic standards. And this is a contributing property, meaning that it has historic materials and features that are worth preserving. For the future land use map, this area is identified as multiple family and is adjacent to the central business district. For parking in this area, a total of 16 parking spaces would be required for this type of use. However, because of the topography of the property, adding additional parking spaces is a little difficult. So the applicant is proposing the 2 driveway spaces that they currently have, and also the use of available public parking at the Methodist Church that's across the street. Notices were sent out to property owners within this area. There was 1 letter of opposition from the neighboring residential property. And with that, the Planning and Zoning Commission heard this item at their meeting on December 19th. They recommended approval of the the change from the multiple family to the retail. With that, the following conditions was approved. The use of the property shall conform to the retail district in all respect. The use of the public parking as provided by the city is permitted. Future retail parking needs will be evaluated for compliance with the anticipated parking demand. A certificate of appropriateness review and approval is required for any changes to the exterior. With that, there is also an additional option should the council be willing to change it to a planned development retail zoning. That revised ordinance is on the diocese for you guys to review, and that would just add 2 additional things. A minimum 6-foot screening fence on the northern property line is required, in addition to the 2 on-site parking spaces. On-street parking and public parking provided by the city is permitted. And again, future retail needs will be evaluated for compliance at that property. The applicant is here. Should you have any questions for Ms. Domenico Garza? And I am here. Should you have any additional questions for me?
Thank you,
Thank
Ms. Moore. At this time, before we open it up to the council, we're going to open the public hearing. This is your opportunity to step forward, state your name and address, and speak for or against the item. 3-minute time limit and no response really from the council. Just your comments, please. Anyone wishing to speak for or against? If not, I'm going to close the public hearing. We'll return that to the council for discussion or a motion.
Tina, was there any discussion about taking this to the Historic Preservation Committee based on the proposed changes to the structure?
There are no current proposed changes on the exterior of the structure. This is just a zoning change to see if this will be allowed. If there was any changes in the future on the actual structure, possibly adding additional parking spaces, adding fencing, patio, that would need to go to the Historic Preservation Commission.
I think considering how much downtown is booming and how that central business district and all the retail uses down there are kind of expanding and stretching and so on, and considering that you've got adjacent retail on 2 sides of this property, I think it, even though it starts to be kind of on that line between more of a retail or commercial use and a residential area there. I know that there's tension whenever these kinds of issues come up where you've got more retail use right up against residential use, and I understand that tension. I do think that considering what you've got around it, using it in some sort of a retail capacity is not unreasonable. I do like the PD option because we are so close to other residential uses here. I think that helps us to kind of monitor what goes on there. And I know whenever you rezone something into just broadly retail, that opens up a lot of doors and a lot of possibilities to things that could be potentially more of a nuisance to the neighbors than a shaved ice place would be. And so I think that I like the PD option. I'm supportive of it. I think that this is a good situation to get something done here.
And I think that also protects the city a little better from future change if that business were to change. And Ms. Moore, you may just explain for a brief second the difference between the requested zoning and the planned development or PD as he spoke to.
Correct. The planned development in the future, should there be any other questions that come up, that will be reflected on the map. What retail, anything that's allowed with retail is allowed, but this put that restriction, hey, we do need to verify that there's enough parking spaces. And that could happen if our parking agreement with the church should go away in the future. That will allow us additional opportunity to review it, to say, hey, this is not in compliance. You might need to add on-site parking to accommodate for the future proposed business that they are proposing. That is the major difference. Is again, it's just a little tag for staff to take a closer look at the property, make sure it's in compliance.
Any other discussion?
No, I just have concerns as a church member who's there quite frequently. I have nothing against the shaved ice place, but what may evolve from that being directly across the street from the main entrance to our church. So I've heard from several church members who are concerned about that.
And I think the PD
That's that.
solves
Isn't that
that
correct?
concern moving forward.
The PD attaches to this inhabit or occupant only, or under this PD, who would be allowed in the future?
Well, it's again, giving us the opportunity to evaluate the parking. So if there are different occupants, if there is a certificate of occupants that is submitted into staff, or if there is a remodeling permit that comes up to staff, it gives us that opportunity to review it. Again, to make sure that there isn't an increase in demand for parking. For example, restaurant use would be an increase in demand, and we will need to, a different restaurant drive-through, we would need to reevaluate.
Going home.
Plus, the ordinance provides for a review and approval of a certificate of appropriateness if there are already exterior changes as well. So uses are generally the retail uses, but it does allow that evaluation of future uses and certainly the parking, as that need might present itself in the future.
It keeps the exterior structure intact.
I just pulled up the retail uses on the zoning ordinance. One, for example, I just picked one randomly here, auto servicing and repair. If somebody wanted to come in, that's allowed in retail. If somebody wanted to come in and open an auto service and repair business at that location, would the PD prevent that from happening?
Again, that requires a lot more traffic and provision for parking, and that would not be accommodated at a public parking space. So yeah, there would be some requirements that's required with that.
So something that would be more of a nuisance to the neighbors potentially would be something that we have the opportunity to review before that's just approved de facto.
Yes, sir.
Seems to me the PD is the appropriate vehicle to allow this to occur while still protecting the interests of the rest of the neighborhood and of the city at large.
Should I take that as a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve item Z 2327 with the planned development option that's been described in the presentation.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign?
No.
We have one against. Not us, right?
No.
Yes.
Sam.
I'm gonna get y'all this certificate. I
Sorry.
wanted
Can
to do
we
a photo
take a
op.
quick photo op well, I'd really like us to have a photo with our state rep while he's here with the certificate for the music with Judy and the right folks. Maybe up with the logo. Sorry, I just
Oh,
don't want to
oh.
miss the opportunity.
Oh, I thought you meant outside. Okay.
All right. Just met right there.
Music venues and anybody who's still here, I think.
Sorry, I just meant right down here. How about that? Sorry, I thought y'all were gonna get right down there, but that's all right. Well, I thought so too. It's okay. It's okay.
You guys getting in here?
Yeah, I do. I want to get in. Get in.
Get in. Who all,
There you go.
who all wants to join?
Real quick, Jason.
Thank y'all.
It's okay. Use your flash.
I think we're all right.
Okay, more lights.
Which one?
You know about that.
There we go.
On three.
It's okay, let's just take it.
Come on.
Get it, Dave.
Come
Y'all come back and. Oh, it's okay. Craig, come on, Craig, we're getting up on it.
All right.
Okay, one,
Yeah, I think they made it.
Do you know what an accommodation this is?
Hey, he's working. He's working.
You know what,
All right, this is a big deal.
This is a
So I
big
give you the opportunity. Judy, congratulations.
Hey, it was great to see you guys.
No.
Amy, did that go okay? Item 13?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for that.
Okay, if you can hold your comments for a minute. Item number 14 on tonight's agenda, hold a public hearing and consider a zoning change from retail to commercial two on approximately 0.22232 acres located at 800 North Birdwell Street, located at the northeast intersection of Sixth Avenue and Birdwell Street. Ms. Moore.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. The applicant intends to construct a new building for manufacturing and distribution of cabinets at the shop. There will be no public showroom in here. She plans to sell and deliver directly to area home builders in the area. The property is adjacent to residential use, so a screening fence is required along that northern property line that's adjacent to the residential. So here's the zoning, here's the location of properties, East Sixth Street, North Birdwell. And it's currently zoned retail. It used to be part of the air supply business. That's next door. To the rear of the property, to the north is single family two zoning, and surrounding it is retail. To the west and to the south and to the east is a neighborhood services area. And the applicant again is looking for a zoning change to commercial two to allow for the cabinet shop. This area is currently vacant. The future land use map shows this as a commercial corridor. Notices were provided to property owners within 200 feet. There were 2 letters of opposition regarding noise and sawdust and truck traffic in the neighborhood. The Planning and Zoning Commission heard this item at their meeting on the 19th and recommended approval of the zoning change to commercial two. With that, the conditions are the use of the property should conform to commercial two, design standards, meeting type area 7 is required, including site development, landscape and tree protection. A building permit is required for this development as well. And again, a screening fence will be required as part of our normal review process for this. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have, and the applicant is here should you have any questions for her as well.
Perfect. Thank you, Ms. Moore. Before we turn it over to the council, I will open up a public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak for or against this item could step up. Will you please give your name and address? 3 minutes. No real discussion with the council. Seeing no takers, I'm going to close the public hearing and return it back to the council.
Seems pretty straightforward. I'll make a motion. We approve agenda item as presented.
Second.
Motion in the second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. And one quick comment with the revitalization or potential redo of Sixth Avenue. I hope we take into consideration the, I don't know how, the appearance of the cabinet shop and that, you know, that fits in with the long-term plans there. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's our last agenda item. Next is executive session. So I'm going to close the open meeting this evening and we'll resort to executive session pursuant to the provision of Open Meetings Law, Chapter 551 Government Code, Vernon, Texas Code, annotated in accordance with the authority contained in Section 551.072, deliberation regarding real property. Thanks for attending this evening.